Today, the Platinum World community is made up of hundreds of thousands of people from over 120 countries around the world. They build international teams, travel around the world, study new technologies, and acquire unique experience in developing their own business. By partnering with us, they earn large bonuses for their achievements, constantly learn new things, meet like-minded people, and get a chance to make their dreams come true. We invite you to join our global community, grow, change, and achieve new heights together with platinworld.
All right, hope that was clear enough. Now, having watched that video, let us also look at, in writing, what is platinworld? What is platinworld all about? In case you don't understand what we just watched on that video. Now, to further explain it in writing, what is platinworld? Platinworld is a global community of people who love innovative blockchain technology. Like I've always said on this platform, there's no guessing the fact that we live in a digital world. And one of the technology that is driving this new world is blockchain, no doubt about that. And as a community that we are, blockchain has become inevitable or has become very instrumental in driving, in running our day-to-day activities, day-to-day operation, day-to-day transaction within our community. And that's why it is boldly written, we are a global community of people who love innovative blockchain technology. Not just that we love blockchain technology, it has to be innovative. So that's the reason why every now and then you see new things evolving within our community. We don't need to be angry, we don't need to be offended. We just need to come to terms with the reality. We just need to become compliant with the fact that technology is not stagnant. Technology is revolutionary, it's innovative, it's creative, and so on. So we are a lover of innovative blockchain technology. Now, we are looking for individual, meaning as a community, we will continue to look for people who will be part of this community. All right? A community or an individual or a single person does not make up a community, but a community will always start with an individual. All right? And continuously like that, the community will keep growing, expanding, you know, and so on and so forth. But there are category of people that are needed, or there are certain requirements that is expected by the individual coming to be part of this community to possess. Number one, we are looking for individual with willingness to become educated and to go on a journey of personal financial growth. I've come to realize that as a member of this community and the current world that technology has brought to bear, knowledge has become inevitable. So if you are on this call this afternoon, just note one thing, that we just have to keep updating, upgrading ourselves with knowledge, with education, all right? And that will further translate into personal growth, okay? In a lot of areas, particularly in the area of finance. Number two, we are looking for individuals who want to grow and become part of a fun community of like-minded people. Like I said previously, or in the time past, we love enjoyment. There's nobody on this call who does not like what is good. All right. So you're becoming member of this community, already existing member. Note one thing, that if you don't like what is good, you eventually like what is good. Because when you enter in a place and everything about that place is good, over time or in the process of time, the good in that place will rub up on you and you begin to love what is good. Number three, we are looking for individual people who want to travel and explore the world. I love traveling, man. And there's one thing I love, I also know about my leader, Dr. Fosunano. He loved traveling. All right. And that leverage or that opportunity is provided for every member of this community, whether you're already an existing member or you are yet to become. Of course, definitely you become a member of this community. One, will I call it hobby now, of every member of this community is what? Traveling, enjoying, traveling and exploring the world. Number four, we are looking for individuals who want to be an ambassador of our company, representing and promoting the company's product and technology. All right. Now, once you become a member of this community, almost automatically you have become an ambassador. And you don't be an ambassador and sit at home. There's one thing I've come to realize about the global world today. When a man, a woman, or individual is appointed to be an ambassador, he has to go to a certain location, a certain region, or a certain country to represent his or her country that appointed him or her to be an ambassador. He or she is not appointed and he remains in his own country. That's not true. All right. So once you become a member of this community, the onus is on you, all right, as an ambassador to move by reaching out and represent this community and represent the company by way of you promoting the company's products and technology. So you don't become a member of this community and fold your hands. You don't become a member of this community and just sit down one place. You don't become a member of this community and become armchair manager or armchair leader or armchair upline. There is no such thing. Lest you lose your ambassadorial appointment as a member of this community, you have to make sure you reach out to your immediate family, to your friends, to your well-wisher, to your colleagues. Probably you have a place of work or a place of personal business, all right? You have to reach out from your local government to other local government, from one state to another and across the nation and beyond. So you don't become a member of this community by sitting down and waiting for money or resources to be dropping on your lap. Then you are not a true ambassador. In fact, we have to call you to order to ask you whether or not you merit or whether or not you merit the ambassadorial appointment given to you by this community. So we have to reach out, all right, and become a representative through which our product and technology can reach to other people and other parts of the world as much as possible. Blockchain technology, don't forget, we are a lover of innovative blockchain technology, considering the potential for growth, considering the benefit embedded in it, considering what technology such as blockchain is offering our world today. The fact that over 50 million active users are already in place, if not more than. And by way of projection, over 1 billion in the next 7 years, for instance, are going to emerge. And I just wish and desire that every one of us will continuously be part of those who will be enjoying the benefit, the potential that blockchain provides. Now, if you look at this critically, there are a lot of organizations already leveraging or using blockchain technology to drive their organization, drive their company, drive their corporation. Even some nations right now are already using blockchain technology to actually drive the way their countries have been run or how the act of governance is being executed. So blockchain is one such technology that nobody can relegate any longer as far as the world we live in today is concerned. What does that tell us? It means that for our community to be built around blockchain technology, it only suggests to me that our founder, Alex Rehan, saw the future. Yes, he saw the future. And the future he saw, lo and behold, is already here with us. And we are most privileged that we are connected to this future via the platinworld membership opportunity that's available to every one of us right now. And that's why you mustn't miss your place. You mustn't lose your place. And do all you can do to make sure as many as possible join this community through you. Now let's look at a lot of organizations already using blockchain technology. Bank and finance, supply chain, healthcare, insurance, energy, real estate, trade, and much more. Now, this is the founder of this global community. Alex Rehan have been adjudged the top 10 most influential people in the world of blockchain. Like I said, he saw the future. He saw far and he saw early. And he took action, all right, which we are already enjoying right now, right? So now it's an author. A lot of us know about this book. You are number one. And if you're a new person on this call and you have not heard about this book or you don't have this book, please do what you can do. Reach out to your upline or the person that signed you up or up the ladder until you can find a way to get this book. And getting is not enough. Make sure you dissect it to the best of your ability by way of you reading it, studying it, and see how the information in this book become part and parcel of you. Because this book goes beyond our immediate community. The information written or the information available in this book is applicable almost in every other aspect of life. So he made this book one of the best sellers right now around the world. What do I mean by bestseller? Meaning the way it is spreading, the way it's moving around the world, haven't been translated into different languages. And particularly that this book is free, to the best of my knowledge, to every member of the platinworld community. That is a top feat for our CEO, because the cost of bringing this book to bear and translating it into a lot of languages is a plus to our CEO. Now, what is the mission for creating this global community, all right, and building it on the blockchain to be able to drive home in order to achieve its purpose or its mission? It is to become the world's most widely used digital currency and ecosystem in the crypto space available to everyone. The truth of the matter is that when it comes to the subject of blockchain, there are a lot of misconception. There are a lot of misunderstanding and misinterpretation. And as such, it's becoming very difficult for a lot of people to get along by way of education or by way of knowledge and understanding how it works. But that is what our leader, which is our founder, Alex Rehan, have been able to, simplify and making it easy, simple and accessible to everybody to be able to participate and come to the world of blockchain. Now, this is 7 years counting. And from experiences over the years, with a lot of proof. Guys, proof of concept, proof of business, proof of technology, proof of market, and a lot more. And this is a journey that began with, number one, the CEO and 2 other persons. Okay? In the course of this journey, 7 years counting, we already have over 2.5 million people that have subscribed to the membership of this community within 7 years and still counting. So it goes to show that the future is here. And becoming a member of this community is very instrumental to arriving at whatever destination you have desired or created for yourself to achieve financially. That's the reason why, once again, we must not only secure our place, we must retain it, we must keep it, because the rate at which things are going, for as many who we blink, they probably miss. I guess you understand. And we must go further to see that we get more people to join our community. And you know that it's never free. This system rewards your effort in terms of your contribution to making sure this community keep growing and achieving its desired goal and objective at the end of the day. Everybody is handsomely rewarded. Now, don't forget the mission to become what the world most widely used digital currency, an ecosystem in the crypto space available to everyone. Now let's look at digital currency. Don't forget digital currency. Now let's explain it a little bit further. Remove digital. What is currency? Is it not money? Let's make it a little bit explicit. If we remove digital and somebody mention currency to you, what comes to your mind? Money. All right. Now, the next question you may ask may be, what kind of currency? But in this case, we are not looking at our traditional conventional currency. We are not looking at the currency that comes from a central authority. We are looking at currency in digital form or in electronic form. And this now leads us to the next, to become financial independence. And to attain that, there are possibly three vehicles we need to consider. Number one is job, 9-to-5 job. Now, if you look at the vehicle of job as a way to achieving financial independence, the following factor has to be considered. A situation where money comes and money goes, then achieving financial independence may be a long thing. Now, when you look at there's no time. As a person who is engaged with 9-to-5 job, no time to do any other thing or to take advantage of any opportunity. Wake up in the morning, you go to work. You close in the evening, you come home. Taking, for instance, a city like Lagos in Nigeria is a lot. There are people that wake up as far as 4 a.m., if I'm not mistaken, or even more than that, and they head to work because of distance. And when they close, maybe in the evening, 5 or 6, getting home again, maybe 10, 11, and they just have a few hours to lay their head, and the next day they wake up again. The probability is that achieving financial independence may also be a long term. And as such, they don't have the opportunity of leveraging on other things that can further contribute to their financial well-being. Then, no freedom, no time freedom, because it takes you having financial freedom to have time freedom. Now let's look at this. So when you look at the factor that is tied to this vehicle, it may not be, now mark my word, it may not be the best option or the best vehicle to leverage on your way to financial independence. Now some may want to argue, what of if he has a very plump job where they are paying so heavily and so on? Now there's no cause for argument. But what we are considering is not few out of so many, but we are looking at so many having access, having the possibility, because we won't say that 9-to-5 job can actually lead us to financial independence when out of 1 million people, we can hardly get 100. Then that is not the best way. But we are looking for options, other vehicle, that out of 1 million people, we can have up to 900,000 people that can achieve that. I think that vehicle is the best vehicle for everybody to get on and to recommend to as many people as possible. Now let's look at traditional business, the same thing, all right? Now traditional business is also a vehicle that a lot of people can, ride on to get to a destination of financial independence. Now, but there are some other factors we have to consider as well. High costs, high startup costs. Of course, to start a good business, you need good money, or you need high capital, or huge cash. Not everybody may be able to raise good money to start good business. Now let's look at the other factor. 90% of startups fail. That's the truth. You can attest to that. Now let's look at little trade that happen on our street, for instance. Somebody starts a trade, open a shop, and a few months later, a few years later, the shop is closed. Those are the things we are talking about. Great responsibility for you to start a business or a trade and grow it to become successful. It is not a joke. And it's a lot of work, it's a lot of responsibility. For if it was easy, then every business, every trade that have started around us would have become successful. Not only that, would have made the owners very successful financially. But that is not always the case. Because what we are talking about here is not you doing business so they can have money to eat and feed your children, pay their school fees. And probably at the end of the day, you're able to build a room and a parlor or 2-bedroom in a certain location. And you say, well, you are okay. Well, if that is your desire, but that's not what we are looking at. We are looking beyond that. And it will take you 2 to 3 years and even more for you to now begin to get profit. And I said yesterday, profit is not in view until you break even in your business. So it's a lot of, so when you consider this vehicle also, it is possible for very few people among so many to attain financial independence. Okay, so let's look at the next that's available here, network marketing. Network marketing, network marketing. All right, but not so very many people want to get involved in this line of business or in this concept of business, network marketing. Now let's also look at this option or this vehicle and consider the factors that are applicable. Little or no startup costs. For instance, there is no meaningful, reasonable, good trade or business that you want to start, and they ask you, what is the amount of money you have right now? And you say it's 93,500. Just imagine what anybody will tell you. You want to start business. For instance, and it says 93,500. Nobody will take you serious. But when it comes to network marketing, concept of business, and particularly on our platform, on our community, the platinworld, you are highly welcome. In fact, you are over welcome, Seth, because the system has made provision for everybody, regardless of who you are, your academic qualification, your status in the society, your background is not needed. Because one thing about network marketing is that over time, even though if you don't know how to, you definitely learn how to sell. It's about selling. All right? You may know how to spell and don't know how to sell. In most organizations, you that know how to spell may not be needed. But someone that know how to sell may be needed much more than you. Are you getting that? So, little or no startup capital. The other factor, leverage income. Because network marketing company, a system, enable us to work together as a team, as partners, as network. All right? And we leverage on each other's effort. So at the end of the day, become a win-win situation for everybody. The next is personal development. You cannot engage in this concept of business, for instance, and not be developed. Because once you network marketing, that you will be trained, and training is continuous. You'll be empowered with knowledge, relevant knowledge required. You'll be so informed that you can never be deformed. And so on. Then we grow as a community. So when you look at these three vehicles and the factors attached to those vehicles, you will definitely agree with me that the first, the second, they are good. But when we consider the possibility, the accessibility, and the simplicity of an average person on the street of life to get on this vehicle in order to achieve financial independence, network marketing business concept, accommodate more people. Yes, accommodate more people. Because when we will talk about 9 to 5 job, there are qualifications now. For instance, they can tell you you are not qualified for XYZ reason. They can also tell you the school you attended is not the type of school you are looking for. For instance, you are applying for a job, for instance, no matter how good and lucrative that job may be in terms of pay, you can be a graduate, for instance, of say LASU or Unilag. Somebody is coming from Covenant. For those of us who are in Nigeria, or some other person, they are coming from abroad with wonderful certificates. You can see that there's a lot of disadvantage in that area. And let's come to business. The same is applicable. But in network marketing, certificate or no certificate. In fact, in network marketing, it's not about certificates, it's certificates. Did you get that? Even in network marketing business, opportunities such as the one that platinworld provides for each member, it's not only about certificates. As much as certificate is good, it's about certificate. And even though if you don't have certificate, the moment you are admitted into the community, before you know it, your certificate will be handed over to you through training, through attending Zoom meeting, physical meeting, and through the effort of your leader or upline, and so on and so forth. Before you know it, there are people that God has enabled me to have brought into the community, for instance. Once upon a time, they are always around me, learning and whatever. As I talk to you, all of them are on their own, doing the business and doing well. That's what it means. That's what we are talking about. That in this concept of business, network marketing concept, serve everybody. Serve what? Everybody. And that's why Robert Kiyosaki will always say that the rich look for and build network. It's only certificate people that are looking for job. So let's go on. Now look at the products that are available to serve us as members of this community. Look at the product available that we also need to promote and get to the outside world to be part of. Crypto and fiat banking suite. Please, let me emphasize on this. As a member of this community, leaders, I plead with us, with all due respect, we need to really get acquainted with crypto and fiat banking suite to know about it, know how it works, know how it serves you as a person, so that you can also translate that to people as they come joining this community. Because we are now in an era or a period or a season in our business community where knowledge will become a factor, where knowledge will become a driving force. Number 2 product, debit, the crypto debit card. Globally, for me, there is none like it. Up to 100% cashback program in a matter of days. It will amaze you if you are not prepared already. Up to 90% discount on Ultimate Travel Club. Like I told us earlier on, we love to travel. In fact, as a member of this community, one of our hobbies is what? Traveling. So if you are new on this call, just know that traveling is one thing that we enjoy. Of course, it's our hobby. All right, so the next is Planting Deal. It's an e-commerce platform where buying and selling can always take place anywhere you are around the world. digital farming. This is a game changer. Now, don't forget that one of the mission is that our currency, which is digital in nature or in digital form, will become the most widely used digital currency. And this digital currency does not fall from heaven. It's a product of the community, and it's available to every member by way of license to generate, to produce, or to mint, like the CEO will say, to become a creator, the creator generation. They actually use this very products to produce this currency, or digital currency. Now, crypto exchange, crypto ATM, POS, and all of that. So to further buttress some of the products, let's go to the next. Now, these are other infrastructure that are available to serve the community and to serve the outside world. Now, it cannot serve the outside world until you and I fully represent and promote and take it to the outside world. Now, this become the reason, this become the why, this become the factor that will attract and drive men and women to join our community. And as we do so, we should be rest assured that the population in terms of the users in our community will keep increasing. And we are looking up to a time where we become over 100 million users. And at this point in time, our currency, which is the ultimate token, will definitely not remain the same in terms of value. And the value at the end of the day will affect us, yes, positively. Because if you have the currency with you and the value increase, that is more money for you in terms of cash in your local currency. More infrastructure. Now let's look at the ultimate minter, which I mentioned the game changer in all. Because in every system in life, finance play a major role, money play a major role, all right? Because that has become globally the instrument of transaction. Money or currency can be your local currency, whichever one, all right? But it play a major role, having become an instrument of trade, an instrument of transaction. So in our community, our instrument of transaction in this case is the ultimate token. So how do you now have access to it? Once you become a member of this community, you are automatically given a license. And now how do you become a member of this community? Through somebody, whichever means the person uses, and you get involved. Now, what is your fee of becoming a member? 110 euro, $113. And if you're in Nigeria, for instance, it's 93,500. So at that point in time, you become a registered member and you are given a license up to that capacity. And that affords you that leverage to become a creator or a producer of the currency that serve this community. And by way of extension, also serve our traditional world or conventional world. That's an amazing opportunity that we must not miss as a member of this community. One other thing that this represents is that unless creating this global community with a lot of infrastructure is that in its own way has further decentralized financial resources. Don't forget, every country on the face of the earth centralizes their financial resources. But in this case, this technology created or invented or innovated by us decentralizes financial resources. Just imagine that platinworld is a physical country, for instance. There is no way the power to generate or to print the currency that serves that country will be handed over to citizens. No way. Only in a digital world that we belong to, in this case, talking about the platinworld, that is possible. And just imagine that you are given a license to mint or to print the currency of your country. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Like Dr. Ford will always say, which one do you prefer? To work for money or to print your money? And in this case, in order for us not to misunderstand what we are talking about in terms of the use of money and currency, we are not talking about fiat money or fiat currency in terms of naira and dollar. No, we are talking about money or currency in digital form. In digital form. I hope that is understood. Now, to buttress the use of some of the infrastructure, let's watch this video. Guys, can you see that? Now, which other conviction do you need? This is obvious enough. That as a member of platinworld, you have opportunity to own a license. License to do what? To create the currency that's applicable digitally to this community. And by way of other innovation, some other infrastructure has also been created so that the money you create can also serve our physical world. Look at this young lady, for instance, who is a member of platinworld, given a license, she mint or create a currency, all right, and was also given a tool, which is one of the infrastructure. So let me use the word swap now, because swapping is becoming a household name now in our community. Swap or exchange the money you minted digitally, and through this infrastructure or through these tools, you are able to swap it to physical cash that can serve you. This time around, not digital. Isn't this amazing? Isn't this incredible? Isn't this convincing enough to believe and to swing into action by doing the needful to continue to make more money and help more people into the community so that they can also make more money, heading toward becoming financial independence? That is number one. Now, this young lady used an ATM machine because some may doubt it to say, if this thing happens, so how will it come out in Naira in Nigeria? These are some of the questions. This is a particular example. You don't doubt this because we are not telling you stories. This is practical. It is easy to believe what you see rather than what they tell you or what we are told in any case. And I know a lot of us know this lady, so there's nothing like, oh, it's film trick. There's nothing like that. And this is nothing like, oh, these Oyibo people, maybe all those things they normally do. This is Nigeria. This young lady is a Nigerian. And a lot of you know her, if I'm not mistaken. And if you're a new person in this call that you don't know her, ask your upline and ask your upline. This is what? Your physical ATM machine. In collaboration or in collabo with our digital tools, we're able to translate our digital currency to fiat currency. What else? Let's watch again. Now, that is an ATM. Let's look at POS now. Is it also possible? Let's watch this.
Know that the ultimate technology is true, is real, is legitimate. That the technology can enable you to mint money digitally and spend it using one of its infrastructure, talking about the debit card, and that's the debit card with Madam. So now, we want to see how the debit card work and how does it affect, our transaction in our day-to-day activities as far as buying, selling is concerned. So, Madam, let's see how it goes.
All right, thank you very much. This is the card which I slot into my AmPay machine to debit whatever amount I need to debit
amount? How much have you spent so far now?
Okay.
Total. So it's trying to calculate what we have spent, and we want to use our debit card, talking about the ultimate debit card, to do the payment. The question is that where did we get the money from? The money is the money we minted, using this technology. And we're now using the debit card as a tool to now spend the money that we have minted. What a life if only you can identify with the platinworld community and experience the Ultima system. So now we go.
Yes, we can. So to debit 15,200 from our debit card, which is going to come out automatically, very easy and fast.
Save it, yes.
Okay.
So guys, this is it. Are you seeing it? This is the Ultima card. This is a POS machine, our local Nigeria ATM machine. POS machine. Can you imagine how digital is working with local? This is amazing. Only with the platinworld. So I'm punching the pin now. How do you change it? So we want to try again because I put an invalid pin. Let me put the right pin.
15,200
Go, so I'm putting the valid now. The valid pin. Are you seeing it? Are we seeing it? Platinworld Ultima, the time is now. Join us.
All right. That is too fantastic, guys. Now, let me ask us a question as we proceed. Which prophet do you need over this now for you to be convinced and believe? Which native doctor do you need now to come and consult an oracle for you? Which afar do you need now? As far as this opportunity is talking about, as far as this opportunity that we are talking about, which other conviction do you need to go all out and make money, leveraging on the entire system or the entire ecosystem, having become a member, whether it's an old member, as a new member, whatever. Because one thing that, or one system through which our ATM card, our local ATM card, is applicable is on the ATM machine or POS. That's where we use our ATM card. And this same thing we have demonstrated using this Ultima debit card as well. Even though it's created to serve our digital community, the same POS ATM has become very instrumental in a way of translating or transferring or exchanging and swapping our digital currency to physical cash. Isn't that convincing enough? Because the reality on ground is that we must understand something, that what makes our system globally legit, real, or as one of the big deals today, is not tied to the fact that, oh, you were given the opportunity by way of the license to mint the currency, then you now take it to an exchange, and then you now sell it, and so on, and now get cash, which we are now used to say cash out. That's not what actually proves that the entire system is the best for it, particularly when you compare it with other systems in this class or category. Just look at the experience we are having right now. And this is not applicable to Honorable Imafido alone. It's not applicable to Dorcas alone. It's not applicable to Dr. Favor alone. It's not applicable to Rita alone. It's not applicable to Yewande alone. It's not applicable to Comrade Joy alone. It's not applicable to Collins alone. It's not applicable to all the leaders alone because they are leaders. There's nothing like that. It's for everybody. Everybody. Once you have become a member of this community, every infrastructure, every tool is available for us to use. Question in the mind of people, even you as a new person on this call, how does this work? And how do I profit in it? Very simple. We present to you the power of 12. The power of 12. So for you to be able to maximize your membership of the Planting World community, this is what you need to do. It is called the power of 12. That guarantee residual income earning strategically, the power of 12. What does that mean? It means that as soon as you become a member of this community or already existing member of this community, you must go to work. Like I said earlier on, as an ambassador, that you represent the company and promote its product and technology. You don't become a member and sit at home. You don't become a member and fold your hands. You don't become a member and become an armchair leader or armchair upline. Once you become a member and you become an ambassador, you need to reach out to people. That's the only way you will prove your ambassadorship appointment. I made the use of my language. Yes. Because there's no way an ambassador of a country, after being appointed, he will not sit at home. Who will know whether or not he's an ambassador? Nobody will know, except himself. Or maybe his immediate family. But he now need to reach out, he now need to go out. So the person move from his country to another country and begin to represent his own country in all area. In all area. So similarly, once we become a member of this community, all we need to do is that we begin to reach out to people, helping them to know, oh, Planting World exists. I'm an ambassador of Planting World, and begin to tell them what Planting World represents, what are the opportunities available, how do they come in, and what is their benefit, and so on. So the power of 12. So the moment you get in, you need to get 12 persons or 12 people to join the community. Now look at the graphic representation of how the power of 12 actually work. Now to become a member, 110 euro or $130, or if you are in Nigeria, for instance, 93,500. That is your membership fee. Once you pay that, you already become a member, and you are open to the entire community opportunity. And once you have done that, the system rewards you. The system rewards you, because by so doing, you also represent the system as a distributor. Yes. And there is a reward system or a payment system that you are given at the end of the day. The same way you don't become a member for free, you don't also work in this community for free. Even though everybody is expected to contribute his or her quota to the growth, the progress, the prosperity of the community and its ecosystem, the system also rewards everybody accordingly. So the moment you become a member, get 12 people to also become a member. In a way, this is a business. So, and you are paid 20% of the membership fee of all the people you have introduced or referred to become member of this community, talking about the Planting World. And that will accumulate to what? 240 euro. What does that mean? It means that the system have afforded you the opportunity to become a business within the business, a company within the company, an organization within the organization, where you cannot build your business. And at the end of the day, your sales volume would have been 1,200 euro, which in normal company or organization is called turnover. And your any percentage is 20%. And that amounts to 240 euro. Second level, because this system is a ladder-like system, one level to another. So the second level, how do you get the second level? The first 12 people that you got into the system or into the membership of platinworld, they have to repeat the same thing. So you must paint a picture, or you must cast the vision before them so that they know that what you have done, they need to do the same thing. And so that they can also earn what you have earned. So that they can see themselves within the system as their own CEO, yes, as their own manager or business owner. So on that light, they will also do the same thing. So your second level, once they successfully have done that, your entire organization within the system would have risen to 144 partners with a sales volume on up to 14,400 euro. And your earning at this level is already over 1,000 euro because your any percentage is 7%. That's your second level. The third level, the same thing. So as you educate your first team members or your first workforce or co-worker or your, okay, downline, if that word is okay by you, once you get them, you educate them. They also repeat the same thing by educating their own 12 individually or collectively. So they not do the same thing. So to the third level, your second level would have gotten their 12 to give you the third level. And at this level, you already have over 1,728 partners, team members, workforce, or co-workers. And your turnover is already over 1,172,800. That's your turnover or your sales volume as at this level. And your earning percentage is 3%. That gives you over 5,000 euro as at this level. The fourth level. So your third level people are also educated to look, the culture of this organization is that everybody must introduce into this community 12 persons each. So this is our culture. And culture is the way of life of people in a particular location or region. The way of life. So our way of life in this community called platinworld is that every member must introduce 12 persons to join the community. It becomes a culture, which we must educate every member as they come in or as they are coming in. Taking for instance, everybody on this corner, we all have our different culture. It's still into us by our parents, or that we eventually imbibe because we were born into that family or into that community. The same is just what I'm trying to explain here. So at the end of the day, in your first and your fourth level, you discover that you already have over 20,000 workforce. So when you narrow it down to 9 to 5 job, you can't have this if you're an employer of an organization. Some of us on this call now, some of us are still in the paid employment for distance. In that office, you have people working for you, that you are working in an organization, and not give you a leverage that you can have some staff for yourself. To do what? For job? Now, let's also come to business. Now, you know how it's no longer a business to have over 20,000 workforce. You have graduated from trade to business, from business to a company. And for your company to now have 20,000, oh boy, you are massive, you are mega. And your turnover is already what? Over 2 million euro. Your sales volume. And at every level of your team, all of them have their own sales level or turnover. All of them also have their own number of workforce or partner in any case. So at the end of the day, everybody is winning, provided everybody is doing the needful. And because your any percentage is 3%, you would have earned over 62,000 euro. What a system to become super rich as quickly as possible or as faster than you can imagine. Look at the 50th level. The same thing. As at this level, your workforce, your partners, your team member, your co-worker. Why I use the word co-worker? All of us are working. The fact that you are a senior partner or colleague within the system does not immune you from working. Taking a very good example from our leader, Dr. Favor, for instance. Is he working? Ojoju money every day is working. And I may bold to say he worked more than everybody, to the best of my knowledge. So we are all co-workers. At this level, you already have over 248,000 partners, workforce, team members. And all their effort is contributing to your wealth pot. Tell me why you will not be wealthy. Tell me why it will not become easy as much as possible to attain financial independence. How many organizations in your country has a workforce of over 248,000? And your turnover, your sales volume would have been over 24 million in euro. Fellow Nigerians, pick your calculator and calculate and convert to Naira. That is your turnover or your sales volume as a leader of that team, of that organization, of that network structure that is then provide for you. And because your earning potential at this level is, any percentage is 3%, you would have earned 746,496. Fellow Nigerian, convert that to Naira. You will know how rich you can become just by saying yes to the planting world opportunity. Now look at the table that further explicitly explain what is realizable, achievable, provided we are able to commit dedicatedly, consistently doing the needful. The power of 12. Doing the needful means executing the project, power of 12. Because one thing you must take home from this meeting is that everybody that is already a member of Planting World, as well as every new person that is coming to Planting World now, should know that there is a project to be executed by everybody. And what is that project? Project Power of 12. Project Power of 12. That is the project to get to a person to join our community. Now look at it, the team from level 1 to level 5. Look at the sales volume, which we call turnover in corporate setting. Now look at the earnings across the ladder, across the rank. Look at the promotion people would have attained or achieved, and the reward that comes with it. And in total, you can see Hold on, please. Okay. Now let's see the breakdown. Team bonus in euro and in naira. Now the naira is added to further explain it and make it very clear for those of us in Nigeria. Now look at the rank bonus. Now look at the total, the sum total. You can see at the end of the day, what Dr. Favor taught us the other day about the triangle of financial freedom become very realizable or very realistic. So he was not just speaking for speaking sake. He was not just guessing. The mathematics to achieve it, look at it. And the platform with which to make it a reality. Platinworld. Platinworld. What are we talking about? To summarize everything, we are talking about duplication. Duplication is the art and the process of making an exact copy of something. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Let us do follow. How are they doing it to achieve it? Let us just follow. Let us just follow. Duplication is the art or process of doing the same thing that another person has already done. QED. It begins with me. What does that mean? It begins with you. It begins with me, Honorable Mafidon. What is the new project now? The new project is getting 12 persons to become a member of Platinworld. And these 12 persons, they are my team members. They are my partner. They are my workforce. They are my co-workers. It begins with me. It begins with you. It begins with Dr. Favor Sunano. It begins with Comrade Ejo. It begins with Mr. Kofi. It begins with Mr. Collins. It begins with Mr. Daniel, the chairman of APAPA, the Platinworld movement in APAPA. It begins with you. It begins with Pastor Dr. Meg. It begins with Rita. It begins with Roland in Cameroon. It begins with Mr. Ronald in Cameroon. It begins with Dorcas in Cameroon. It begins with Dorcas in Nigeria. It begins with every one of us. There is no armchair leader in Platinworld again. If there was before, there is none again. All you need is 110 euro, $130, 93,500 for those of us who are in Nigeria. That's what it takes. That's what it takes to have access to this global world of opportunity. Now, Platinworld is a world of massive opportunity. But what is your access? 93,500 for those of us in Nigeria. 110 euro, $130. How many people do you need to refer? The project is 12 people, just 12 persons. So everybody must embark on executing this project. What is the project? Getting 12 people to join your business, to join your organization, to join your network. Getting 12 people to become member of Platinworld. That is the new project for everybody. And once you're able to execute this project, sir, once you're able to execute this project, man, you're on your way to regular, consistent cash out. Not because of the license you have to mint or to generate the currency that is usable, spendable, and applicable to the community. No, because you have executed the first project, 12 people to join the community. And also helping them by way of you educating them, telling them what to do. And the moment everybody across the line is executing their own part of the project, cash flow become your experience. Your revenue level will change. Let me give you a very good example in this case. A few years back, Lagos State revenue every month was around 100 million. Some years back, during the military administrator era. Then when, after the military, 1999, I guess so, yes, 1999, when we went back to democracy. The governor then said, no, something has to be done. He jacked it up. He didn't jack it up by saying it. He didn't jack it up, but because he became a governor. He jacked it up by sitting down, working out what to be done, how they're going to do it, getting human resources, manpower to work. And he jacked it up. When his tenure ended, the other governor came in. I don't want to mention their name. You know them. I'm not advertising for everybody. I'm not mentioning anybody, but you know them. Those of us that live in Lagos. That one shoot it up. Before that one left, he shoot it up to over 30 billion every month revenue. Then after that, the other one that spent only 110, shoot it up. This one that is there now, do you know the monthly revenue is almost over 50, if not going to 100 billion every month? The same thing, as an individual that you are, as a family that you are, find a way to jack up your revenue. Your revenue. Salary is not a revenue. If I'm not mistaken, find a way to jack up your revenue. And one of the platform, one of the opportunity that is provided for members or every one of us on this call is platinworld. Is platinworld. Once you're able to execute this project of getting 12 person, you're on your way to jacking up your revenue as an individual, as a family, even as an organization or a company or a business. If you are part of this community, you will jack up your revenue. And it starts with you and executing the project. Power of 12. Power of 12. You only need to be a leader of 12 persons. Everybody, at least. This concept was able to really streamline it so that we don't struggle with too much people, trying to, and all of that. People are wonderful. People also can be very funny. So at least it's simplified enough. After all, there are family that have, there are family, husband and wife that have 12 children. The same thing now. You must say, hey, I just only have 12 children. I have an auntie. I have 14 children. So what we are saying is that in terms of the community or in terms of the business, try and have how many children? 12. 12. That's what we are talking about. By helping the 12 people to be a leader of 12 each. That's how you go. Your revenue will skyrocket. And once you are able to execute the project, 12 people, that will amount to you executing your money project. Listen, sir, listen, man. The first point of call is a system, is a platform. We already have the platform or a system, platinworld. Then what do I need to do? Project what? 12 people to join you, to join your organization, to join your network. By signing up into platinworld. That is the second project. And once that is done, and all the 12 is duplicating the same thing across the line, that will now translate to you executing your money project. Because as we are here now, everybody here, including me, I need money. You need money too. So money in itself is a project that everybody is working towards executing. And we now have a system that we can leverage on. Now, once you have executed project 12, that amount of you executing what? Your money project. And the moment you execute your money project, sir, every other project will get attention. Yes. Because there's an amount of, just look at the various level of your earning. By the time you are getting to level 3, level 4, and level 5, can you see that all your pending projects, abandoned projects, will get attention? It's not only government that abandon projects. I was telling them in my meeting, we are quick to abuse government, that they abandon this road, they abandon this water, they abandon whatever. What about you? What about me that wanted to go for a course? It's abandoned because of money. What about you that wanted to send your child to a particular school? Will you abandon the school you have in mind and you send the child to Konakona Nursery Primary School? What is the reason? Money. You abandon the first project. What about you intend to buy a car? You couldn't buy it. You abandoned it because of what? Money project. What about you that desires a kind of location where you want to live? That even though you have not built your own, you can still live there now. Go and rent a place. Why did you leave it? It's not why do you abandon it? Money project. Permit me to go further. There are some guys here that is holding some of our ladies hostage. Why money? It has been the lady has been with you for some years now. But then telling the lady, don't worry, I have a future, just bear with me, something's going to happen, whatever. Make it happen now. We have a platform. We can make it happen here. How do I mean? Once we are able to execute all this line of projects on this platform, the planting world, my brother, every other project will be executed. Every other project. Now, don't forget, sometime this year, our leader, Dr. Fosunano, made a statement that this year is the year of what? Infrastructure. If you remember that word, I want to see you write it on the comment section. If you remember that word, that is a word. I mean, it's a year of what? Infrastructure. You should know what infrastructure means now. Now, for you to be able to execute or for that word to become a reality in your life, what do you need? Money. So once you are able to leverage on the planting world platform and execute your power of 12 and everybody in that order, that will lead to what? Increase in revenue, increase in make more money. That will now mean that executing your power of 12 will lead to executing your money project, because you cannot execute any project in your life until you have executed your money project. What am I saying? Money is a project. 1 million euro target, that is a project, sir. That's a project, man. For every one of us that was writing was a few days ago when Dr. Favor was anchoring this meeting. Some people wrote, I will earn 5 million every month, 6 million every month, or every year, whichever be the period you wanted it, 10 million and so on. You know what you are just saying? What you just said by writing all those things was that the money project you want to be executing every month or every year is those amounts. And once you're able to execute your money project, every other project will become easy. Will become easy. Traveling is a project, and you take money to travel. So you have written all those amount of money. I hope you didn't write it for fun, because you cannot impress Dr. Favor. No way. So we have a system now, the planting world, that we can use to execute the power of 12. That will now lead to execute a money project. And once we execute a money project, every other project, particularly when we talk about infrastructure, will be executed. Now look at the possibilities. Just look at the possibilities, sir. Look at the possibility, man. From level to level, level to level, level to level. I'm not saying it is cheap. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's overnight, but I'm saying it is possible. It is possible. If you say it's possible, it's possible. If you say it's not, that is impossible. Now you know, but it is possible. It is possible. Let's look at the compensation, the way the payment goes very quickly. Direct bonus 1%. Direct bonus is 20%. That's your first level. The second level, 7%. The third level to 6 to 5 level is 3%. And from 6 to 15 is 1% each. Something is missing here. Okay, this is. You can see the payment percentage per each level. And in addition, is leadership bonus. So as a leader, if you must earn this percentage or this income in addition, that's why you must not be an armchair leader. You mustn't be an armchair leader. And as you do so, you are promoted, and these are the reward attached to every rank. Once you become a diamond, you earn infinity bonus. And mind you, infinity bonus does not come because you are a diamond leader. No, or you not get to a diamond level. No. At that level, you and your team should work better and higher so that you'll be any infinity bonus. All right. So at this level, let me appreciate you for hanging up to this moment. I haven't spent so much time. But a quick one in terms of updates, which is very crucial. You know, let me bring this to our notice very quickly. As you can see, can you see PLC swapping? This is in addition, an additional update right now. In case you have not seen it, this is it. What this represents is that the so much awaited swapping is here. And particularly to those of us who started some time back in the era of PLC, PLCU, PLC Classic, or PLC US. Some of us have been agitating, you know, and so on and so forth. All right. And our CEO has continuously given us an assurance that, look, he will do all he will need to do to make sure that as a member of this community, you won't lose out at all, regardless of the current market situation. Our CEO is always going out of his way to doing the unusual or the unthinkable, because on a very good day, sir, some of the things that unless our CEO is always committed to doing is not doable anywhere else. I challenge anybody on this call concerning what I'm talking about now. Now we understand how crypto works because our community is a crypto community. We don't need to overemphasize that. The only difference is that most times people come into the crypto world or crypto system in the name of buying and selling, all right? And even though when you are given opportunity, for instance, to get it maybe through airdrop, all right, or through other means, whatever happened to the market vis-a-vis the value of that currency, so be it. And some of you on this call, you'll agree with me. Some of us have been involved in different kind of crypto or digital instrument and so on, or projects. Whatever happened, everybody go with it. But in the case of platinworld, and when you incorporate the entire ecosystem, it looks different. And that's why I've come to a conclusion myself. It may not be your position, but that is mine. It may not be your own perspective, but that is mine. Right? That this platinworld, there is God in it. It doesn't matter whether or not you believe God, but this is my own opinion. And because we run a democratic system, that's why our system is decentralized. The meaning of decentralized system is democratic. And that is why I'm entitled to my opinion at this point. That the Almighty God is in this project. That is one. And for me as an individual, that same Almighty is with me in this project. And I cannot be out of place if I say the same thing of Dr. Favor Sunano and a lot of people that I know of, that God is with them. I'm talking about the Almighty. I'm talking about the God that is above every other God. It's in this project and it's with me in this business. Probably that's the reason why I'm very brutal in driving this business regardless of obstacles. A very good example is my experience recently. It showed to me that Now God did with me. Oh. Not only that, God did this business or this opportunity. Oh. Permit me to code miss right now in terms of using pidgin English. Yes, I can tell you that. That plot by some of my, I should call them my teammates now, or team member, you know, trying to want to go to Alagbo because of XYZ. And that thing quench, that fire quench. Now God quench them. Now God waiting, now God quench them. So I can tell you this. And not only that, I've also come to a conclusion in my own way. You may not believe, but that is my opinion. And once again, because we run a democratic system, I'm entitled to my own opinion as well as you are entitled to your own opinion. And Alex Rehan, the CEO of this project, the number one leader of this community, the man fear God. Take that from me. The man himself fear God. If Alex can go the extra mile, because I know it's going to cost huge resources to build a system of this nature that will further translate by way of swapping our existing currency to find a bearing in our new technology. And not only that, because unless or they don't owe us anything as far as the gas needed to power the smart chain. No. When we were getting involved in this system, there was no day you and I were told that a time is coming. You will have power to be the one to generate or to produce the gas that will be needed to run the smart chain. There was no time like that. If you were told, I was never told. And I didn't tell anybody that I brought to this system. But for us to now make a provision for you and I to be part of this new system, not just that we join the planting world community, not just that it's giving us a license to also begin to meet the new currency that we serve this new system or the current state that we are, that we not be part owner of those that we produce or generate by way of us swapping our existing currency to now have hundreds of thousands, millions of the smart token. It can only be God. And it can only be by a man that not only have a large heart, but fear God. Because in other system that I know, and some of you know, the fact that you bought a system that minted the coin or the currency, or you bought the currency, for instance, okay, or you got it for whatever means, whatever the market is saying, that is what everybody will accept. There is no any such way like that by any system. Some of you, as we are in this call now, you will agree with me. Some of you have Trust Wallet. Some of you have Exodus Wallet. Some of you have Bitcoin Wallet. It's a blockchain wallet. Okay? That accommodate different kind of cryptocurrency or digital currency that you acquired either by buying from the market, either by airdrop, either by some other means, and so on. If either by you buy some certain project and also produce the coin for you. Whatever is the situation right now, whatever is the condition right now with those systems, that's how it is. That's how everybody will accept it and abide by it. There is no any other way such system improvises. No. In the case of the planting world, for instance, or its ecosystem, what is the major challenge? It's market, because our technology is top-notch. If you log into planting PLC today, working, in recent time, I was telling some of my team member in a meeting that if I had known some of them I know now, I would have bought a lot of farm. Because some of the farm I've not loaded in the time past, I was able to load them and still load this on. Yes, I'm talking about PLC. Because every farm I load in PLC in recent past, considering the current value. Oh boy, I have no issue with cash out as far as PLC is concerned. Now let's come to Classic, for instance. Some of us here have empty farm. And the current market situation is to your advantage, but you're not seeing it. You're only considering you know if you cash out. When you're supposed to maximize now, buy the coin, the current value, you unload your farm. Even though whatever is meaty right now, if you are selling, you are not at a loss at all. And by the time you accumulate that and average it, it drops whatever is the price you were thinking you got it for before. And your costs or your losses further reduce or entirely minimize. The same thing with you. For those of us that have you by way of swapping. Now let's talk about the S. So, unless going by what he said, by this, I will judge him as a man of his word. So right now, swapping is already in the offing. So all team leaders, please get acquainted with this and go out to reach out to some of your team members who got aggrieved as a result of either lack of knowledge, either some level of ignorance, not understanding how the crypto world, the blockchain world actually work. Okay, thinking is one of such conventional investment systems, and some of them we may not blame because it depends on how we related and communicated this business to them. All right? I've told us in the time past, some people I communicate on the business to, for instance, they came in based on what I told them. And when the event turned, I also helped them to understand some certain area where I myself made a mistake, because if the CEO can admit, a leader can admit, I might not to admit some certain area. And I stood by them to make sure they calm down, to make sure they see reason why we must continue to be together, support the system, believe in our leadership, on our way to finding a more amicable way that can benefit everybody. And this is what we are seeing now. So the swapping is already here. All things being equal, on the 27th of this month, it will be officially launched. So let's take our time to study it, learn more about it and how it's going to work. And as soon as we get to know that, let's pass information across all our team, so that everybody will know and how to go about that. You can see, can you see this? PLC. Do you see PLC? So if you have PLC, let me congratulate you ahead of time. Congratulations. So your cash out will soon resume, but terms and conditions apply. And the terms and conditions is for your good, for my good, and for the good of the system. So over time, we're going to learn about the terms and conditions that apply. Every leader, please, let's not just push it by the wayside. Let's get the necessary information so that we can pass across, our team. You can see also swapping of PLCU. Are you seeing it? Wow. The first year for PLC is 1%, second year is 2%, then third year is what? 97%. Now let's look at PLCU to SMART. Are you seeing that? They even jack it up to 5% the first year if you have PLCU. Wow. 1% the second year, then 94 the third year. Then let's look at Classic. Oh, they will jack it up also. It's going to be 1% across board. You can see that they further increase it so that your cash out, depending on the volume that you have, can also become very huge. You can see second 2% and 95% the third year. Now let's also look at S. First 1%, the first year 2%, 93, 97%. Okay, so look at all of that. And this is basically based on terms and conditions that is applied. The good thing here now is that at the end of the day, look at the percentage per year. That also may, please, the use of my language, that also means that the probability is that if it is 1%, 5%, or 3% in a year, depending on which of the currency you have, that probably may be divided by 12 to now amount to what you can cash out in a month. Most likely that's how it's going to be. So with time, we'll get to know it better. Probably once the launch is done, our leader will help to really break it down so that everybody can know and pass it across. So that most of the pressure on some of us, because some of us are running head-skater, you don't need to run. And so you can see these are the breakdown, whatever. So this is a real now. There's nothing to panic. One thing I want to suggest to us is that some of our deadline who got angry for one reason personally to them, based on this new reality, okay? There's nothing wrong if you start calling them. There's nothing wrong if you start reaching out to them. Oh boy, cash out won't start to, based on this new possibility or this new reality, okay? And we must not forget to let everybody know that there are terms and conditions apply. And the reasons are very cogent. The reasons are very cogent. Because I know people now also be fighting the fact that, oh, why do not allow to cash out everything? Why do not allow us to withdraw everything? Why do not put percentage? Why are they restricting us? You know, we all have reason, you know, to always react. But for those of us who are leaders who understand as much as possible, let us calm them down and help them to understand. Because there's a way somebody will understand something. The language of the person will be, oh, I see, I see. So when somebody say, oh, I see, what I just spoke Yoruba, and Madam Yewande can interpret. So guys, we are in for big deal. This will not be joke. So as we continue with, look, listen, our new business paradigm on the planting world, executing our power 12, to executing our money project, to executing our infrastructural project. You can see another way now that money will be coming. Money will be coming to us almost on a monthly basis. If what I just did, my interpretation is anything to go by. Are you getting it now? So everybody in the past, in terms of PLC, PLCU, Classic, and S, will gradually begin to have money to cash out on a monthly basis. It's not the amount that should matter. The fact that it is happening and it will be regular and it will be consistent. That's the most important thing. Aren't you happy that this is about to happen? All the cash out and all the cash out papas and mamas. Yeah. All right, guys. All right. I want to thank you. I hope this makes sense. I hope this makes meaning to us and so on. So reach out now, right now, from now henceforth, to all your old team members, whether those who are full-time in the business or those who are part-time or those at a time who saw this now as an investment or they call themselves investor. Dr. Fu have told us nobody's investor now, nobody. All right? You can reach out to them and call them and say, sir, Ben, solution has come. Our community, led by Les Rehand, has brought a solution to cash out. Call them, help them to understand some of these things. Some of them, you may be surprised, will return back to action. Yes, some of them may return back to action. Some of them eventually return back, not only return back, they may even be part of your 2F. You may be surprised. Yes. So leaders, let's go to work. Leaders, we need to be encouraged. We need to reach out to our team members. Leadership is about responsibility. What else? And so on. So hopefully, if we do some of these things, the probability that some of them will return back. And some of them may even be part of our 2F. And some of them can even be the one to revolutionize our team eventually. I hope we are together and this makes sense to every one of us. Once again, I want to thank every leader in the house, even though I may not be able to call anybody's name right now. Let me thank everybody, starting from our leader, Dr. Sunano, down the line, everybody, all the guests, or all the prospects. I appreciate every one of you, all right, for particularly taking time to wait, regardless of the time that we have spent. I want to thank you. Don't forget, this Zoom meeting is 40-day Zoom blast. Today is number 28th day. Tomorrow is 29, all right? And I think the day after tomorrow will be the 40th day, which probably may be the final day, all right? And I just hope that some of our higher leaders will be on ground, to crown it with a lot of things. Make sure, particularly that day, like every other day, invite more people on that very grand finale. Don't be surprised. And Dr. Favor, they do wonderful things. You'll be surprised that very day. And that's okay. How many people attended the call? Send your wallet. Which wallet? I may not know. It can do wonders. So tomorrow, 29, next tomorrow, which is the 40th day. Tomorrow, the 39th day, the 40th day. I'm not saying that is what doctor will do, but I know it can do wonder. That it can do some wonderful thing. That's the reason why tomorrow, don't miss the call. By 12, as usual. Next tomorrow, which I think next tomorrow will be on Saturday. Yes, next month is on Saturday. Normally weekend days, Saturday is always 8 p.m. Yes, Saturday is always 8 p.m. Weekend is always 8 p.m. And it's ending on Saturday, talking about the 40th day of this Zoom blast. Tomorrow is Friday, which is the 29th day. I mean, the 39th day. Yes, 39th day. 12 noon. Either of these 2 days, our leader can do wonder. I'm not saying he's going to do anything, but he can do wonder. Don't be surprised. You just look at the record of the people. That's okay. So number of people at this time. And can just pick out the number of the people, because you can screenshot all the number of people, say send your wallet. Which wallet I may not know. That's the reason why tomorrow, no miss am. On Saturday in particular, which is the grand finale, no miss am. Those I did not tell you. And that does not mean I say Dr. Favor will do anything. No, I'm only just thinking that our leaders, they do wonders at times. So that nobody has the end to say, if I know. I'm just giving you some certain things now. And that should not be the reason why you should get connected these last 2 days. Let us get connected. Once again, I want to thank everybody. My name still remains Honorable Imafidon. Thank you very much for your time. God bless you. Don't ever forget, platinworld Ultima, the time is now. Now, I think you can, let me see if we can unmute ourselves right away. Yes. You can unmute yourself. You can unmute, everybody unmute yourself. If you have a question, whichever be the question or whatever challenge, please relate it to your upline to the next upline. And before you get to a particular level, it would have been resolved. All right, guys.
Thank you, Honorable. Thank you very much for the wonderful Zoom today. I enjoyed you like
pleasure. Thank you so much for being there.
Thank you, Honorable. We really enjoyed this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Honorable, well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Congratulations. Everybody, congratulations.
My God, good afternoon.
Thank you.
Time is super now.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We can't wait for Benin next Saturday. It's going to be the bomb. Yeah.
You keep soaring.
I'm so happy, really. I'm so happy. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Bryce, won't you eat? Bright.
Not all cash is the same. Not all currency is the same. The US dollar is different to the English pound, to the Australian dollar, to the Zimbabwe dollar, to the rupee, the kwacha, to the escudo. All cash is not the same. One thing about cash, it comes from the word currency, which means current. And a lot of times, if you don't understand how money works, it will pass right by you and you'll miss it. Put your hand on your head and say, understand. Come on, say, understand. Now, when you begin to understand how this works, there are limitations on certain.
Why do you make it put two black or two?
Hello, guys.
And
In
you
this
guys
life,
come and
there is a
do
life. Only grace can give you this kind of life. Outside of grace, cryptocurrency is another opportunity in this life that can give you this kind of life.
That is just the truth. That is the truth. Only cryptocurrency can live life. Especially multi-man, PSCU. Oh no.
The one and only comrade of the Niger Delta, as far as PLCU is concerned, is a man of wisdom. He has spoken. And when he speaks and you listen to him, your life automatically have him in a 360 degree. And in this kind of life, that outside of the grace of God, cryptocurrency give this kind of life. It's a digital kind.
Okay, I don't know where do I really need to fill that thing since they have returned the product.
And get in touch and share this video.
Do I really need to fill it? No, not the pocket app, the Jumia stuff.
Honorable, thank you for your wonderful teachings. We have a lot.
What about
we are hoping for
number?
looking it.
All right, sir.
I don't have.
Thank you.
Bye.
Honorable.